Good morning, track and field.
You do know it. Yeah, you got it. Morning show's back.
Morning show's back. This is my first appearance on the morning show.
Yeah, first off, welcome in. We missed you last night on the preview show.
Did you really?
We did. Kyle made a really funny joke about how it's good to finally have more men on podcasts.
Oh my god! If we could,
it killed. Everyone laughed.
Yeah. We really need to shut down the men to podcast.
Well, you were late,
Equipment
so
pipeline.
Yeah.
But
Men love getting their hands on podcast equipment.
they love it.
And you were too late to get into the airport, and so it was like perfect more. But yeah, welcome.
Thank you. Got in at midnight last night, drinking my first cup of coffee, so I can't be held responsible for anything I say this morning.
What kind of coffee is that?
We have an iced latte with coconut milk. Yeah.
We've actually, me and Mac have a couple on the way because we saw that and we were like, none for us. Interesting. We got to get our hands on one of those bad.
So I have a complaint for HR, and you are head of HR.
Yep.
So this
Go on.
an on-air complaint. This company is run by men who don't think about their next meal.
Wrong.
And I feel stressed.
Yeah.
Where's the next coffee? Where's the next meal? Thank goodness for DoorDash.
Yeah. Okay, sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
But do you think maybe you should have slept through breakfast?
I got it at midnight.
I know.
I need my beauty sleep.
I know, but you're like, look, the entire hotel was down at breakfast from 6:30 to 9:30. We're texting you, Aisha, are you working this morning? Like, what's your plan? It's 9 o'clock. And you're like, oh, no, I'm not working. And we're like, okay, so then maybe where the hell are you?
This is fair.
And now there's what happened to breakfast? And you're like, everyone managed to get breakfast except you.
Priorities. So exciting news. Today's a global wellness day for my job. So our whole company's shut down, which makes me... I'm being well, okay? Like, you're getting on my back for being well. Like, I slept 9 hours.
Yeah.
I came, we worked out.
Look,
Can't you tell?
Look, I'm not getting on your back. You're actually...
Okay, yeah, this is a formal complaint.
You called this HR complaint meeting.
Okay. So normally, like, I've stepped into the role of, like, nutrition and dietetics for CITIUS Mag. I'm on DoorDash all the time. I'm ordering stuff. I'm getting people coffee. It's always like I say, hey, I'm ordering something, and then everyone like looks up like, can you give me an Americano? And I just want to say, like, today was a test. Like, I thought about it. I thought, should I ask these guys if they want me to order them something?
So this is a spite coffee.
This is a spite coffee. And I was like, nah, I'm just going to let them suffer so that they realize how important I am to this operation.
Okay, so...
So the complaint is, can you... Just one time this weekend, can you be like, hey, sweetie, do you want a coffee?
Yeah, I could do that once. Yeah.
That's once. So we'll check in on Sunday night and see if at some point you are initiating the DoorDash.
Oh my. Look, I'm already the head of HR. I've got so much stuff to do. And now I have to initiate check in on your coffee needs.
Yeah, all right.
But I will.
Thank you.
I can do
it's
that.
just a test of our friendship. Just so you know, we don't speak until I pretty much land.
And then even when
at
you
the
land,
airport.
we don't talk. This is the first time we were talking.
Yeah, we're catching up.
In Miami.
Yeah. Well, we're not
We're not
actually
even in Miami. They want you to think we're in Miami because it's sexier, but we're in Fort Lauderdale. Now, no offense to Fort Lauderdale, but I think I speak for everyone when I say Miami does sound sexier than Fort Lauderdale. We're in, is it Miramar?
We're at the airport, basically.
Yeah, we're in Terminal A. We're in Terminal A of the Fort Lauderdale Airport.
Honestly,
Beautiful
hearing
airport.
The planes fly overnight was like a nice white noise machine. That's why I slept so well.
Just the engine, like your room's just rumbling from the engine, and you're like
a low purr. Actually, I don't snore. That's one thing about me.
You're like, let's get this straight. That wasn't me.
That wasn't me.
Yeah, no, I was trying to knock on your door like late night to like bring you some food. I'm like just checking up on you. And I was like, she needs a CPAP machine like bad. Just rumbling like deep. And I was like, oh my God, there's no oxygen getting to that brain. You got deviated septum? I'm like, all right, I'll take back this food order. Jesus.
But yeah, so we're in Fort Lauderdale. I did pack all my outfits accordingly, like thinking we're in Miami. So I might be like slightly off the vibe. So I'm going to be bringing Miami this weekend.
You didn't pack Fort Lauderdale
I
outfit.
didn't pack Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
I really
what do you
didn't.
think is the difference between a Miami outfit and Fort Lauderdale?
Well, I think Miami outfits are just like a little sexier. It's
Of
F1 this
course.
weekend.
Of course,
you know,
yeah.
you can get away with a little more.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
A little more skin.
Little
Now
more-
in
yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, like maybe cover
maybe
that up.
Get a cardigan.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
But speaking of outfits, we should probably talk about something related to Grand Slam, and I
Oh,
think
yeah,
we
we
should
didn't talk-
dive
we
into
didn't
the
talk about-
outfits. Yeah. So you guys were just so like focused last night, and I think that's really a
Coming out with
problem.
coming out with so many complaints
Yeah.
already right from the
Yeah.
start.
Like you
Not
were really.
attention to you, food wise,
Yeah.
coffee wise, and,
Yeah.
and you hated the preview
I
show.
need more
Okay.
attention,
Yeah.
and I want to talk about
The outfits.
what's happening around the track. Also,
Yeah. Go on. What did you think about the walk-ins and the outfits from last night?
okay, a lot of really great outfits. I think we need to address the elephant in the room of Kung Fu Kenny's outfit
Yeah.
and the walk-in.
I loved it.
You loved it.
I did. I did. I think it was better than the last time.
How
Oh.
long do you think they practiced the choreography? So for those that don't that haven't seen this, it's on Instagram or TikTok or whatever you do. But he walks in with two associates, and they come in. He's wearing some. It looks like a kung fu inspired
It's like
outfit
yeah.
with he's got red on top, white on bottom. They've all got their head tie kung fu
Mm-hmm.
wraps, and they do like a whole choreographed routine.
Well, he did, yeah. He actually just stood there and let them do right. He didn't do any of the moves. They did the moves. He stood there, and that was it, right? And then they did like a little play fight afterwards.
How long do you think they worked on that?
Maybe an afternoon, maybe like a little bit less. I didn't see it wasn't necessarily like a Matrix like sequence fight scene, but but it's still I
here it
thought
is.
was kind of good. Okay, we're watching it now.
Yeah.
First off, thank you, Paul. We've got
Hi, Paul.
and oh, this is actually a really bad time to tell you, Aisha, we didn't get you a green drink after your entire spiel.
Is that a juice?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
This is
you
a spike
guys,
juice to get
that's
back
a
at
spike
you for
juice.
not getting us coffee.
This is rude. Okay, so Kenny does do a little bit. So
Yeah.
let me just clue
Okay,
you in
do a
on
little
something.
bit.
I am actually a black belt in Shoei-ryu karate. I don't know if you know this about me.
You're a black belt in karate.
Yeah.
And you're just now bringing this up. How are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious.
You're a black belt in karate.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
are.
Yes.
And you're just telling me now.
And I'm just telling you now.
Why haven't we been fighting this whole? Why haven't we been practicing?
I don't know. Well, I was a little bit of a weird kid, and
Oh my yeah.
yeah. Like, here's what I'm gonna say. Like, I think he could have done better. Like, the movements weren't very crisp. They weren't very intimidating.
Well, yeah, he didn't know that black belt Aisha was going to be
I could have
dissecting his
consulted.
moves. Yeah.
Yeah. I know I really didn't like the whole briefcase situation last week, but like now I'm just expecting this to get more and more and more like ridiculous and aggressive.
Let's just say this: Kenny is far and away the star of these walk-ins. There's no one because people are now. I think you're going to see people. They're playing their outfits. Like people look good, right? Outfits. Everyone look great.
Everyone looks great.
But no one's quite doing the theatrics that Kenny is. Thank you.
They're
I
not.
thought it looked great. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
I thought it was fun. I'm excited to see the rest of this stuff. What is it? African Americans seem to absolutely love anime in like a different type of way. I assume this is kind of like an anime, like not like a anime thing, or was it just a pure love of
kung fu?
kung fu?
That's a really good question. I think we should ask. I don't know.
Yeah.
I got nothing to add other than I did really get down with some Sailor Moon when I was growing up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. TBD.
So what did you weren't crazy about this entrance?
I mean, here's.
Dare I say you hated it?
I think.
Oh my God, you did.
I think you know, Kenny's an extremely good-looking guy.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
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 Like his eye, like a happily married woman over here. My husband and I, we have a rule: you can always peruse the menu, but you can't order lunch. So I'm looking always. I'm just
You're
like
perusing.
I'm perusing.
Yeah.
I'm perusing. I just, you know, I appreciate beautiful people, and
Everyone does.
Everyone does, and it's not doing. It's just not doing it for me.
You think he could highlight, like,
I think
it's like just lean into being beautiful.
Lean into being ridiculously good looking. Like that's what I'm saying. But now I'm expecting the theatrics.
But then I also think it's a double-edged sword in the sense that, let's say he leans in, it's like, okay, but like, dude, we get it. Like, you're fantastically good looking. Like, do more kung fu and stuff.
But like, it doesn't get old. Like, people aren't like, oh, George Clooney, oh, he's so ridiculously good looking. Like, what, a perfectly fitting tux again? Like, people are like, yeah, we love George Clooney. Looks great.
So you think, like, next time, less theatrics, just come in with a nice George Clooney tux?
Just come in, just like, yeah, just an idea. Like, maybe just once. Just surprise. Now we're doing shock and awe. It would be shock and awe to come in and be like, here I am looking fantastic. He has a beautiful girlfriend, or I'm not sure if they're married, engaged, whatever. But like, she's also gorgeous. Like, come in looking like red carpet,
and you're just ready to peruse.
Ready to peruse.
Yeah.
For everyone in America.
I mean, the walk-ins are. I think they are a fun new thing. They're just gonna get, I think, a bit better, you know, because now people are like, oh, like the walk-ins are a thing.
Yeah, and I think they figured it out, because walking into the track makes no sense, because we don't have locker rooms. We don't have like a nice place to change. It's like you walk in like a head to toe Louis Vuitton setup, and you're in a porta potty changing into your track clothes. Like, it doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
So walking into a press conference looking really good, that's the moment. I just want to shout out a couple of my other favorite outfits. Anna Hall looked amazing in her sister's Revolve two-piece. So cute. I thought Brittany Brown looked fantastic in like the pearl top.
I agree.
Like
Marco Ayer, absolutely shredded.
Like he's.
So
you think you're shredded?
I never said that.
Okay, my phone screen is very cracked, but I don't know if you can see that. Like, incredible. Great look.
You're like, Kenny, take
a note from Marco.
Out of Marco and lean in.
Yeah. Like,
less karate
look
chops.
How cute Anna Hall is. So good. Yeah, I don't know. This is like kind of one of my favorite parts about Grand Slam. It's just people getting to show their personalities.
I didn't see Gabby's outfit.
Gabby was more casual this time around. Let some other people shine for just a quick second. I also liked Nozomi Tanaka showing her like cool Japanese streetwear style. That was great. Megan Tapper looked so good. She had like a really cute little pink romper. You liked that. I don't know. It was great.
It was good. It's really good. Let's see. Races today.
Yeah.
Which one? What are you excited for? Who are you excited to watch?
I am always excited to watch women's short distance. I think everybody learned a lot last time, and a month ago is pretty early in the season, so I think we'll see the dynamic change a lot.
Yeah. You're gonna see the athletes definitely get like dramatically in better shape and condition from race to race in the slams. Like, it's because, you know, everyone made a big deal about, like, you know, Josh Kerr came in last in the 800. It's like, when has Josh Kerr ever come in last in a race?
I don't think so.
Honestly, that would probably was his first time ever coming in last.
Yeah, yeah.
But you're going to just see, because it's like so early in the season, they would never even be racing at that point, let alone racing all the best other athletes in the world. So, yeah, month to month, you're gonna see the races get much better. I like the like Gabby mixing it up, like going down in distance. We're gonna see the same with you know, Sydney McLaughlin later, like switching it up, not necessarily just doing their main distances, but mixing it up. I'm really excited to see. Gabby's running the 100 today, right?
Yes.
Is that the first event?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do. It is so interesting that I think this is happening less so on the men's side, but there are just some all-time, like, lifetime best athletes on the women's side in track and field right now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting to see, like, people talk about Sydney being able to run any distance, line up against anyone, and win. And I think Gabby's in that conversation now, too. So I'm really interested to see how she lines up against the other, like, Melissa Jefferson, Olympic medalist. Like, where, you know, we see Gabby line up in other sprint races next to world-class athletes, but let's see how she races a medalist.
Yeah, it's fun to watch, like, just how because, like, athletes like Gabby and Sydney are kind of on another level. Like, they're so good across all these different events. Like, they're going to be, you know, we were talking with Anderson yesterday. It's like, oh, yeah, Gabby she has a shot of winning the 100 today.
Which is nuts.
So it's just cool to see them be able to drop down or go up and be able to do whatever they want. Oh yeah, like they might race each other. Like, Gabby and Sydney might race each other. Yeah,
I would love to see Gabby and Sydney race if their paths cross, because they're kind of floating around the different distances.
Yeah, have they ever raced?
It's a good question. I'm not sure. 200 LA Grand Prix
nice
last
job,
year.
Paul. Right next to us.
And Gabby
spitting facts. Oh, Sydney beat Gabby in the 2.
Sydney won the LA 200, LA Grand Prix 200.
Oh wow.
Beat everyone's ass badly.
Oh wow.
So Sydney ranked 22:07, kicking everyone's booty.
Yeah.
In LA. Interesting dynamics. Another thing I'm really interested to see is Isabella Whitaker in the 400.
Oh yeah.
We watched that together, actually. We watched, no, not you. Sorry, Mac. I watched it with Mac. I know. I'm sorry. During NCAA indoors, she ran 49 point fastest ever indoor American record.
Yep.
Her first pro race. I love the sister dynamic of Juliet and Isabella being on the Olympic team together. I just think that's such a great story.
Juliet runs the 800, right?
Yeah. I'm excited to see her.
The let's see. So it's that. We've got the distance. We got the women's. Is it women's 15, men's 15? I'm excited. So they both get 1 day of rest in between.
Right.
Right. So they'll race today, and then.
No, they're back to back.
They're back to back.
And long distance has a day of rest. In
Okay,
between.
that's it. Yeah.
But so in Kingston, we saw the 800 go first, and then the 1500. Now it's switched.
For the women, men went 8:15.8.
Oh.
And then the women went 8:15.
Sorry.
The men are going the same way.
Yeah.
The men go the same way again. The women shift.
I really hope that I'm like, the men better get their shit together. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That, like these 15 guys.
What are we doing out there?
They're gonna need to run harder. To break. I mean, Margot Arop coming. Yeah, we were talking about how, like, the 8 guys.
Women are 15 first.
Yeah, the 8 guys really put it on the 15 guys in the 800, and the 15 guys just weren't able to do the same the night before in the 15. So it's.
But now we have Tim Chariot in the mix, who I think will be a major player.
Now, absolute legend of the game, right? Had such an unbelievable peak, world champ, multiple time medalist. Now, but this is 2025.
It's not the same.
It's not quite
Timmy
the same
C.
Timmy C. Now, do you expect to see Timmy C leading the race,
Yes.
pushing it, making it a 3:30 or faster race?
I expect to see him pushing the race, because he's also a smart guy, like high track IQ. He's been around the game forever. And I do think that he'll have learned lessons from the 1500 guys last time that just kind of sat around and let Wanyoni blast him. So I do think he'll go to the front. Whether he can hold it in the front, it's 2025. It's a different game.
Think it's right from the gun, Tim in the front?
I think he waits 200 meters and then goes.
Yeah.
Like, I do think that will shake things up for the rest of the field and
That would
really
be
string it
such
out.
a blessing for the other 15 guys if Chariot just hits the front right away.
Oh.
Like, oh, thank God.
Thank God he's back.
Thank God he's here, man.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to do this, but we know someone needs to do this.
Yes, and he's our guy.
And he's our guy.
Yeah.
I wonder if Loki,
I wonder if they're talking about it at breakfast.
well, I wonder if that's why Kyle It's like, look, we need let's get someone in here pushing pace.
Mm-hmm.
We need a pace pusher.
We do. And it can only be one guy.
And it's not going to be Peter Bowl.
It's definitely not going to be Peter
So
Bowl,
we're
no.
going to let's hope Jerry can get it done. If it is, it'll be really exciting if it is a fast race, how these 800 guys do and how well they're able to bounce back and recover for the 800 tomorrow.
That's what I would do. I mean, if I'm a 1500 meter runner in this,
100%. It's just so much easier said than done.
I know
I'm
it
like,
is.
go make it a race so fast that
Yeah.
I could never run it.
Yeah.
Just do it, man.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of money on the line. Just do it once.
Yeah.
You know, just at least, especially if the 1500 is first, then you have the opportunity to at least really put it in the 800 men and women. They're not going to come back and have a stellar. You're at least dampening their ability, right? Like the 1500, we talked about it last time in Kingston. Like the 1500 meter runners have such a deep toolbox that they can do it. They can do it, and they should. If they want to be winning these slams, that's what they should be doing.
Yeah, it's just tough because you also don't want to give. Because these are the athletes on the podium come Olympics, come world champs, and you never want to give them a win. You're okay, I know 100,000 is on the line, but I want to win more than I want that. You're not necessarily thinking about them that 100,000 when the gun goes off. You're I got to beat Josh Kerr,
Right.
or Yard, at any cost.
That's true.
So yeah, but it is going to be interesting. I'd love to see how fast guys like Marco, guys like Peter Bolk, how fast they can run a fast 15. And the way they do it, actually, me and Mac were talking about if you want to Jerry should do an old school 2019 Diamond League where they're out in 53 and then they chill for a bit before running another 53 at the end. That'll hurt.
That would
That's
hurt.
not. Yeah.
That would hurt. Yeah, give me a pre-Fontaine Classic just out in whatever
Yes.
51 or
Give
whatever.
me an Asbel Kiprop
Give me an Asbel
race.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And just let off the gas for a second, catch your breath, and then close
Yeah.
it home. Just to strike the pain.
Yeah.
Strike the pain.
We'll see. So women's 8.
Women's 8.
You gotta love how the women just
Well,
get after it more.
Yeah.
It's we were talking about yesterday with the women's distance races. It's of course they're gonna go hard. They always go hard.
They always do. I think it's down to ego. I think male
I don't know.
1500 runners, they all think they're the best kick.
But it's not just 50. It's male everything.
Everything.
But I think there's something about the women are so much, I'll say, tougher.
Yes.
Right? They can it's the idea of going out in a very hard pace. I'm years retired now. My stomach is full. I'm
Yeah, you heard
oh my
that.
God. I'm getting very nervous talking about it.
When it rumbles and you can
Yeah.
hear it outside your body.
I'm it's gonna be a fast pace.
Yeah.
I'm no.
Yeah.
They're just, the women are so good at making it hard, and the guys, if there's any way that the guys can get out of running fast,
Yeah, they're
they will.
not today.
They're oh my God.
I have some theories. So, okay,
Go on.
I stopped
Yeah,
you,
I'll
and
tell ya.
I didn't want you. I never want to stop you if you're going down a rabbit hole because I love to go down there with you. But
Wait, what, do you think I was saying something?
I thought you were going to say something really funny, but I stopped you. I'm sorry, HR.
What do you think? What was?
I don't know. I don't know.
Beat me to the joke.
I didn't know it was going to come out of your mouth, but I'm going to tell you that women train way harder than men, comparatively to their race times. We've talked about this a ton. I trained in a predominantly women's group, and we had some accessory men sometimes, and one of them was my husband at for a year or two in there. And we would be doing these workouts that were so hard and so intense. We were running race pace a lot, a high volume at race pace. We're running, high mileage, grinding it out. And he would always say, if you translated the workouts that you're doing to my paces, there is no way in hell I could ever complete them.
Yeah, so you're saying that the women are able to train closer to their actual race pace than men are.
Yes, and men train at a lower level, and then it's like they have a NOS button in their bodies and like can turn it on for races. But I do think that women are touching race pace more often. They're used to feeling more pain on a daily basis, so it's not, their stomachs aren't dropping as hard at breakfast thinking about a fast pace.
So
Also, the length of race time is longer per event.
Oh, that's interesting. Mac just said the race time is longer per event. So then you're training longer because you're out there longer. Mac, I never thought about that. That's a good thought.
If you think about 800, 2 minutes versus 1.
Yeah, he just said it.
It's actually pretty significant.
Wow, Mac.
And then every
that's true.
He just said if you're, women's 800 is 2 minutes versus men's 800 is a minute 45, and there's a considerable distance and like how much like tolerance and fatigue you have to bolster yourself against. And then then you're going to the marathon. It's like a half hour longer, 20 minutes longer. It's a lot longer, maybe 15 minutes longer or whatever is happening until we run, sub 4 mile this summer.
That'll be huge.
No, this is great.
Yeah, do you think, now we're talking about Faith Kipyegon sub 4 attempt.
Yeah.
I have such a hard time sitting down, sitting still. All of my instinct right now is just to pace around. And like,
oh my gosh.
I
Mac,
just want to walk.
We got to get a clip of last Grand Slam. Anderson and I are just standing there calmly, and we need like a pedometer on you and Chris because it's just like pacing back and forth. If you look at it in like hyperlapse, it's just the two of us standing still, and Eric and Chris like.
Yeah, I don't know how.
Like you guys are like the Sims. Like.
yeah. I just have such a hard time just standing completely still. And like it doesn't feel right.
Why?
I don't know. Even like right now, I'm like I would love to just make this a moving pod where we get off the chairs and just like let's take a few laps around the pool maybe. But yeah.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow. We'll
tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Max, we got to keep it moving.
Yeah.
Max
got a meeting.
Yeah.
Apparently, they're not going to just let us sit on the mic all day, but we could.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely, we could. I'd love to. What other race? Sydney's racing tonight.
Sydney's racing tonight.
Absolutely beautiful. Who else is racing tonight?
A lot of people are racing tonight.
Everyone wants to talk about the challengers. I'm like, let's just talk about the superstars.
Yeah, come on, the superstars. I'll pull up the.
I want to talk about Sydney. I want to talk about Gabby. I want to talk about Cole Hugger. I want to talk about the
women's short hurdles, men's 1500, men's 400-meter hurdle, women's 5K, men's 200, women's 100, men's 3K, women's 400. We have a lot going on. We've got Grant Fisher.
Oh, Grant Fisher, star.
Grant
Fisher star. We'll talk about
okay,
him.
you guys were talking about that last night, and I just want to say, they're like, oh yeah, I'm not sure if by adding these challengers, Andrew Koskinen and George Mills, like great athletes, like they could unseat him. Grant is a world record holder, like.
I was saying the exact same thing. I was saying no one.
No.
Okay, you're coming in with a lot of you hated the preview show, clearly. And
I just had FOMO.
Yeah, you're like okay, so good job on the preview show. Everything you said, I hated, and I didn't agree with it. I was saying the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like like Andrew Koskinen, fantastic athlete, but kicking, and we were talking about this with Kyle. Kicking in the 15, a 15 guy coming up to the 5K and thinking that because it's a slow sit and kick race, that because I've got the best wheels over a 15, that I'm going to clean up in this 5K. It's not how it works.
It's not how it works.
It's not how it's like there's a reason why the best 5K guy usually always wins the 5K. Because it's totally different to kick after 3 miles of racing than it is like for a 1500. So. But it's a 3K tonight. Do we see anyone do I see anybody trying to make it like a very honest race? No, because as we were talking about mere seconds ago, guys don't want to do shit, man. We're trying to chill. I'm sitting, baby. Grant Fisher's like, I hope we walk off the line. And everyone else is like, you know what? I'm actually totally cool with that too. and it could have been like, they could have been talking about for like weeks before. So they go, I'm not going to let that, like what happened the last slam, I'm not letting that happen again. I'm going to push it. I'm going to go from the gun. I'm going to make it hard. And I might lose, but I'm going to go out on my sword. Okay. And I'm going to make it fast. And now come race day, they go, I'm not doing any of that.
They felt that stomach drop and they're like,
a sit and kick race would be so nice right now. Oh my God. They're like, I am absolutely not pushing it. I shouldn't have gone on record saying that. And especially now that Gebrowit's out, because it's like, if there was one guy that I think, oh, here's a guy who will make it an honest race, Gebrowit, he's out, they see that and they go, fuck. Oh my God.
Now we actually have to nut up and do it.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Cooper Tier's like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think Cooper Tier might have been the happiest person after last Grand Slam.
Well, it's like to be you're a challenger. You come in. He came in second in the 5, right? Has one of the best kicks. Has been in a race like that time and time again. I assume today will probably be like a 7:40 race at the fastest. Like, I don't see anyone getting out again and doing all the work to, you're not running away from Grant.
No.
You're not going to run away from, like, maybe a guy like George Mill, like we talked about this yesterday. You were probably like, when we brought up George Mills, you're like, wrong. These guys are idiots. We brought up George Mills. Like, he could make it hard, but, like, realistically, like, how hard are you going to make it? Like, it's hot. It's windy right now. Like, who knows what it's going to be like down at the track, but I mean, these guys, like, if you don't put a pacer out there for these boys, they're chilling. They're like, I don't want to do anything.
That sounds.
It's like, it's like, you guys want us to just race. We'll do it. We'll do it. Time's out the window. They're like, oh, it's way out the window. Window's open, time is gone.
We thought maybe the slowest lap, we're like, oh, no way they run slower than 70, 75.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, they probably won't. Because Mac was like, oh, do you think they'll run, slower than, do you think they'll run in like a couple over 70s? I'm like, I don't, like probably maybe around 70. And it's come race, like they didn't even run under like 80.
They're just literally chilling.
They're absolutely chilling.
Yeah.
And which is perfect. Like when we talked about, like all the NCAA guys are like, this feel like I've never felt more at home.
Yeah.
And like, perfect. Watch this last lap. All the NCAA guys are right to the front.
Hold my beer.
Oh, they're like a pig in shit. Just like, oh my God, this feels so good. Oh my God. Just 3 wide. Grant Fisher, Cooper Tier, and who is the other guy? And Dylan Jacobs.
Yeah,
3
Dylan
wide,
Jacobs.
300 to go.
Yeah.
Looking across like, oh, I missed you guys. Like, this feels right. This is so
just
good.
how it was always
a
meant to be.
14:30 race.
Yeah.
Flying down the backstretch.
That the European mind could not comprehend.
Yeah. No, exactly. Oh my! Like this is how fun. And we were watching with Kyle in the stands, and he was like, He's like, do you think they're gonna? He's like, are they not gonna break 14? I'm like, bro, they might not break 15. All right. As you said, time's out the window.
Do you think over under? Who's 5Ks faster, women or men?
Oh, here we go. This is a great.
Because the women's race is just stacked.
It would
with
be
very
so
fast
much fun. Yeah.
Ethiopians.
The women probably will run like 14:30.
Yeah.
I do think the men will be faster than will be. Like, do I think it's going to be a fast 5K? Like, it's tough to say as of now. Like, maybe if there's, depending on how like tonight's race goes, and maybe you'll have some brave soul that's like, I'll try and, I'm not doing well in these sit and kick races, so I'll mix it up a bit. But I mean, I don't like it's hard to see how like to think like that the guys are gonna run crazy fast. But yeah, the women will be fast. They'll probably do you think they'll be faster than 14:30? Do you think they'll be 14:20s?
I think it depends on the wind. I mean, what did they run in Jamaica? They ran 14:47.
Yeah,
or something
absolutely
crazy
hellish
like
conditions.
that in like the heat of the day, 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Now, a few of the women just came back from China
From
where they
China.
ran
1420s. Yeah.
Now, and that's a pretty crazy travel.
Yeah.
A week before? Do I think like would I be surprised if they came close to that? No. I mean, the state of like the women's like competition these days, insane. And it's not just one or two. Like lots of them are running really fast. We talked like they just broke the 10K road record, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I think 1430 would probably be like if I were to guess what the pace. I think it'd probably be around that.
I bet we'll see it.
Yeah.
Looks like Mac should probably get to his meeting. We are 8 minutes past the start of Mac's meeting. I'm feeling we should wrap it up energy.
Okay, we'll wrap it up.
But tomorrow, so we're gonna do a walking podcast. It sounds like.
I mean, I can sit. I can learn to sit. I like the cabana. It's kind of nice under here.
Yeah. Well, we have to protect your skin. It looks like you're getting sunburned somehow under the cabana.
We could stand. We could sit. We'll figure it out. We
out.
got all day today to figure it out. Races start at 5:42
Eastern.
And we'll be doing the post race show, and then we'll be back in the morning to do this all over again.
And Eric and I have a new job this time. We're doing some athlete breakdown, so wish us luck.
Yeah, I'm nervous about it.
We've got some technical work to do.
Yeah.
We're more of just vibers, and now we're gonna get serious. So wish us luck.
Chris was like, I got some big news. Like I'm going on to the race broadcast, and I'm like, this is genuinely the worst news of my life.
Yeah. No, Eric and I are just
furious.
sitting in the stands. Like maybe we're here having a margarita.
He literally texted us, and they told us, and I was like, are you joking? I'm
Eric,
pissed.
we should have a side text.
I'm pissed. Yeah, text me.
Yeah.
Text me. We can talk shit.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm like, Chris really fucked us with this, huh? Oh my God. Happy for the guy, but what the hell was that? Selfish. Oh. All right, well, let's wrap it up. Good first morning show. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to us. Cheers to the morning show. Grand Slam day one. Here we go.
Here we go.